Alright guys, dance time it is. And yet the last visit I thrown this day. Nobody out. And in that I went for a more simple technique, just throwing it. Instead of doing all this like, no, just throwing it. You know what I mean? Just throwing it, mate. I don't know if we went at the eyes or if we went like, we'll get a feel. Let's throw some. Tops. No. Miles over. Tried to no look that shit. Bro thinks he's him. Bro thinks he's Wow. Yes. Oh, I failed bench press today. But, do you know what? I actually don't feel bad about it because it's good that I'm being ambitious and I'm being courageous enough to try these things. I used to really put off attempting to like break my limits and do shit, and I've recognised where the errors are, and I just know I can fix them up, man. I know I can really dial that in. It was a 96 bench, it was a kilo bench. Didn't get it going, to be honest. With the technique, I rushed it a bit, my adrenaline was a bit high, and just a couple of falls. I don't think with that 60 bench, that was the first set I filmed. I noticed a key fall from there, it moved well. That's where the complications come in. Because I did feel strong. However, it's going to bite. Those little errors are going to bite when it gets heavy. And 78 also moved quite well. But there was a little bit more like a leakage, even though it moved well. And I was coming up really. And I could just tell. But really what I had to do was, it's the way I plant my bum, right? So I'm on racket. Back is tight, legs tight. I just need to very slowly keep my back where it is. Slowly plant my bum. Keep that back tight. Keep everything anchored. Instead of do this. Have everything like this. And then plant my bum like that. And then my back, I'm trying to really go back tension. Leg drive's gone. I've collapsed on my legs a little bit like that. Just things like that. I just need to dial it in a bit. Yeah, that is difficult. It is difficult. Especially at my body weight. I've been stuck at this body weight because I have like a vision of being like a powerlifter. And I've put all my eggs in that basket really because I've got a shit job. I'm not getting many hours. You know, not really got much going. That's just where I've put my eggs. And that is just absolutely what I'm doing. Maybe like a powerlifting coach. Just need to smarten up a little bit in terms of, you know, fitness knowledge and stuff. But I'd love to like have enough money to like a little home gym set up. Yeah, man, that'd be sick. You just gotta stay ambitious, and also I need to get new powerlifting shoes. My shoes got like quite thick soles, like probably like that thick, too thick. My foot's miles away from the end, and I think it's costing me with my lower body movements a bit, especially squatting. It's a bit of a rough one. I've changed my deadlift technique. Speed improvement. Okay, let me actually throw it toss. Slips out my hand. But yeah, man. Like, you just can't really be upset because I feel strong. You know, and you know, younger me, mate. If he knew that I was benching 93 kilo and that I'm pretty close to benching 96 and I am actually capable of doing it if I execute right, man, he'd be over the fucking moon. He really, really would. 35 kilo man. Thought he was going to be only really capable of like, you know, deadlifting like 40 kilo. That's the reality, and I could, you know, potentially do tricep extensions right now. I have done skull crushes with more than that when I was doing that movement. Oh, that was a nice second done. Sometimes when you're talking, it stops you doing certain things. I'm just sort of throwing. Fun, but yeah, you can see how the quality goes up when I'm concentrating a bit more rather than just throwing and chatting. Okay. But yeah, man. There's a whole lot. I mean, when I was younger and like my autism was like more prevalent, I just never thought that I'd have got to this point where I'm driving, I'm lifting what I am, and I've overcome what I have. And it's so easy to be so harsh on yourself, but I have achieved a lot, and even working, having a job, things like that. It's all stepping stones that at one point I didn't know if I'd be capable of, you know. These decent darts. Stay with that. But yeah, man, we've just got to keep putting my foot on the gas, man, because I'm only 20. I'm not that old. By the time I'm like 27, 28, could I be a world level powerlifter? Absolutely. Of course I could. I could be a world champion, man. And that's what I've got to think. If I genuinely train with a proper program, if I patterned my diet up, yeah, man, like, there's a lot to achieve. There really is. And good things take time, man, especially when you started at the body weight you did. A lot of my early gains were with weights that people wouldn't have even like started with, and that could have been quite a bit into my journey, you know, because I was that weak, I was that far behind, you know. But now I'm almost a 2-plate bencher at 64 kilo. Like, I have come a long way, and it feels like I'm weak still because the standards are so high, and I know I can, even though I'm achieving these good numbers almost, I'm like, but I feel like there's so much more, and I know there definitely is, you know. It's only the start. This could be a lifetime thing, you know. As long as I'm alive and kicking, mate, I'm gonna be fucking putting my foot on the gas, man. We need to hit some big fucking shit in the future. But yeah, man. I'm gonna try some doubles as well. Oh, just under. That reaffirms the idea that double one always ends up with a treble 20. That really reaffirms that, because you pull it a bit left and you underthrow. Double one. So you can't force it, you can't like go, yeah, double one. Treble 20s, yeah. Thank you, see you later. That technique was pure, mate. Darts, son. I know that last one was a bit right, but yeah, like that flick of the wrist. I think overcomplicating it sometimes is worse, because you are just throwing it into the target, aren't you? I think when you overcomplicate it, you're more likely to do the wrong things. That was nice. That first start was beautiful. Wanted to be filled up. But yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's nice. I've been installing, I've completed my work training, and they ended up giving me minimum hours. The thing is, I weren't in a massive rush to get training done, because one, I want to leave, and two, they're giving me fuck all hours anyway, and when my availability is like through the roof, because they've got all these new hires that they're giving the hours to, and not me. They don't really respect me, they don't really rate me, but it's a bit annoying. I'm not massively asked because the amount of money I'm losing is actually quite minimal between the minimum hours I'm contracted and what they were giving me anyway, despite the training situation. Got it done now, but yeah, post that point where they said, oh, you can only work by minimum, I still took a couple of weeks to get done with it, it weren't long, but then I got a discussion card and all that, telling me off basically, but look, I didn't really see an issue. Like, at the end of the day, you said, right, minimum hours, if you don't do it, and I'm like, yep, sure. For now, I'll do minimum hours. No, I hate this job anyway, it's not worth the money for that little bit more hours. I think that's quite more waste for the time being. Just need to find something else. Got my wrist back. It was around 8 minutes in when I got that little double trouble visit. Despite it hitting the 18. If I got 174 then, I mean, nah, because I missed a 180. And it wouldn't have been intentional treble 18, so yeah, I wouldn't have felt that way. I wouldn't have felt that way, definitely. Anyway, it's got a takeaway on the way, obviously. As I was talking about my goals trip. It's the diet, that's what kills me. That's what stops me making gains as fast as I imagine. I do need to try and be a bit more moderative. Really, but I can't use fitness as an excuse to eat foods I like. But I know I could do a bit more. I might try and go 12s and 9s, but I was just locking my arm left by accident. But yeah, man. I don't know how long my thing's away. He's checking it. How dare you park next to me? You. No, I'm joking. I park literally just out of my driveway, so I'm never going to be in a situation where I've got to do any, like, a proper angle start, You know how some streets, like, when you, well done, when people park on them, like, you kind of got to do awkward angle start. So I only had that one time, because I was parked a bit further up this curb, where, like, my driveway wasn't behind me, and I had a bit of angle start, but it worked like a proper one. I didn't even reverse with the little bit more space behind me, so it definitely would have never been that deep, like, you know what I mean? Some people have to do proper ones where try steering shit. I might have try steered, but or did I? I can't remember. But it weren't out of necessity. It was just like not taking a chance kind of thing. You know what I mean? I've got front sensors on my car, so I kind of err on the side of caution. You know what I mean? Because I try and look ahead a bit. Because I don't really like to go with not assuming, but like my judgment of my car's length, I like to know. I just need to get on the dart a bit more. Come on. I just did that for a laugh. Come on. Yeah, that's a nice one's up, mate. For a couple more visits and just, wait for delivery then, I think. Let's go, because it probably won't be long now, I don't imagine. That was like a really perfect tops the way I shelved it. I was thinking it was a bit high for treble 20. Through like that. Let me put some. You can make it look effortless once, but making it look effortless multiple times, that's a tricky part. let me lock in. I'm gonna throw one more good visit and then I'll probably finish this for now. Something like that. Yeah, I'm interested in it. Oh, you didn't want me to, did you? You didn't want me to get that second top. But yeah, I ain't gonna leave it there for now, guys, because I've got delivery. Actually, let me get all 3 darts on the board. This is gonna be 180. And just click on the food. Oh, almost got like a reverse Shanghai there. Not bad darts to be fair then. All of a sudden, now I want to end the video. I'm gonna throw good darts, guys. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, see you later.